Okay, peeps, so I had a whole other video planned, and then it just occurred to me that this was actually the video I wanted to do. I just wanted to do a video about how to cope with the cancer diagnosis. This just seems to be going around in the people that I love right now, so I thought I would just take my experience and touch a little bit on how I coped, and maybe that'll give you some ideas on how to cope too. Sorry about the light behind me. And I have a cat on this side of me. Hello, cute kitty. And I have a dog on this side of me. Puppy, puppy. So I can't move either way, and now I got my dog's attention. She's gonna be in here. So I'm just gonna try and make it quick and talk about. Okay. I can't concentrate. Just how to cope, and it feels like when you hear the C word in reference to your own health, it feels overwhelming. It literally feels like the whole world is collapsing in around you, and your brain rushes through your entire life, and it just feels like you've lost control of everything. And it's not necessarily true. Yeah, you start hearing words like chemotherapy and possibly radiation and prognosis and diagnosis and the types of cancers and the types of chemos, and you get thrown all the, it feels like so fast. It just comes at you like, this is what you have, this is what you're going to do, this is what's going to happen to you, here's all the pamphlets, here's all the information, here's what to expect, here's what not to do. Call us with any questions, bye-bye. And you're just kind of left at the end of that day feeling like overwhelmed, and you're not even sure what you heard, you're not even sure what they told you, and it can just feel like a tailspin that becomes really hard to crawl out of. So yeah, it's really easy to just spin your mind in circles. But my number one go-to is always prayer and faith. Somehow it's knowing that there's something greater than me that is got a plan, even when things feel like they're going completely wrong. It helps to believe that there's a plan in mind, and that God's got my back. So that is my number one coping mechanism, is prayer and faith. My number two is be your own advocate. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a stupid thought. There's never a bad time to ask for what you need. Just be loud, be very vocal, be loud about what you want, what you don't want. Every little thing that's happening, even when you go for treatments, if you want so much as a glass of water, if you have a particular order you want your pre-meds to go, demand that. You know, I get a pretty strong dose of Benadryl, so I always double check the order that they're giving me my pre-chemo drugs, and I make sure that Benadryl doesn't come until right before the chemo, because I know it's going to knock me out. Be very, very vocal about what you want. If the doctor says something and you're not sure what he meant by it, ask, like, what do you mean by this? What is happening? What does that mean? You know, I got my first CT and they said, you're stable. I said, what does that mean? Was there any shrinkage? How much shrinkage? I always ask every little thing that goes on. Just be very, very loud, and know that you are still in control. Because that's the biggest thing when you hear cancer and chemo and procedure this and test that and CT and bone scan and all these things. You feel like your life is now out of your hands. And it's really not. It is not out of your hands. It is 100%. You are in control. It doesn't always feel like it. There are some things you cannot control. But there's a lot of things that you can, like having as much knowledge about your situation, your disease, your treatments, your side effects, your medications, as much information as you can have, because information and knowledge is power. Plus, I find the more information I have about my disease, my situation, and what the prognosis is, and what I'm doing, and things that I can do, the better I feel. I feel more relaxed. I feel more in control. For the first little while, stay away from Google. If you haven't actually talked to your doctors and heard what your treatment plan is and heard what they think about your situation, stay away from Google. Google is not your friend. It is not your friend until you know from your own doctor what your situation is and what the possibilities are. And Google is going to send you in a spiral and stress you out, and that is never a good thing. It feels like when you start chemo, it also feels like you're losing control, because you lose your hair, you lose your eyebrows, you get fatigued, you don't feel like yourself. You might be on more medications than you can even handle. But again, you are in control. If you feel you need extra anti-nauseants, ask. If you feel you don't need them, tell somebody. If you feel like you're extra fatigued, ask your doctor, talk to a nutritionist, there's so many people. Get information, use it to your advantage, and find out how you can keep yourself feeling better. It all comes down for me to being as vocal as possible about what I need and how I feel. Ask for what you need. There's never a dumb question. It is never a weakness to say that you're stressed out, to say that you're upset, to say you need something. It's never a weakness. You're in control. If you need something, ask for it. If you want something, ask for it. If you don't know what something means, ask. Just get loud and vocal, and if you've always been a shy person, now's your time to break out of that shell, because you need your voice, you need it to matter. And just remember, you are still in control. And your life is going to change, and yeah, maybe you're on temporary treatments, maybe you're on permanent treatments, but you are still in control, and the key word is life. It doesn't matter what they are wanting to do to you. You're doing it for life. Whatever you're going through right now, you're doing it for later. You're doing it for life. You're doing it to see just a little more of it. So just remember, you are still in control. God has got your back. And you're doing everything you're doing right now to stay here with your loved ones, because let's face it, they need us and we need them. So I really hope this helped, and I'll see you soon.